The other night, I was looking for my teal glass. Someone else had used it. I went straight into anxiety mode. Over a glass. Why? Control. It was my glass. How dare someone use it? I use it. I caught myself, laughed at how ridiculous it was, and let it go. Control doesn't always look like micromanaging or color coding closets. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's white knuckling outcomes, spiraling over what ifs, holding your breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. You think you're being responsible, strategic, prepared. You're just scared. And here's what control actually feels like: elevated heart rate, pressure in your chest, sweating for no reason. You're short with people, snapping over nothing because internally you're spinning. You doom scroll to numb it all out. You make everything about you. You feel like a victim even though no one's doing anything to you. And here's the kicker: you feel out of control because you are. Let me tell you the sneaky part. Control doesn't just show up in the obvious places, it hides. Comparing yourself to others, that's control. Every decision you make gets filtered through someone else's version of success. You're living a life that isn't even yours. You're trying to control how you're perceived by becoming what you think they want. But here's the one that messed me up for years: doing nothing is also control. When you shut down, when you go passive, when you avoid and numb out because engaging feels too risky, you think you're letting go. You're not. You're self preserving. You're trying to control the pain by refusing to participate. And guess what happens? You bring about the exact spiral you were trying to avoid. Then you use it as proof that life is hard, people suck, and control was your friend all along. It's the worst kind of cycle. Here's the hard truth: control is an illusion. You don't have it, you never did. Life shifts in an instant. No amount of planning, worrying, or white knuckling will stop it. You're not actually in control. You're just managing variables. And even that, barely. So, what's on the other side? Relief. I know that sounds backwards. Your brain is screaming what ifs and worst case scenarios. You think holding on is the only thing keeping you safe. But when you actually let go, when you detach from outcomes and stop trying to force certainty that doesn't exist, you breathe again. You worry less. You react less and respond more. You start entertaining the good side of what if. Like, what if it does work out? The opportunities you couldn't see because you were so busy white knuckling, they show up. People you love, they relax around you because you're not performing anymore. You make decisions based on fact, not fear. For me, letting go meant building a career that actually fit who I was. It meant ending a relationship long past its expiration date and finding whole, fulfilling love. It meant finally creating content, not because I controlled the outcome, but because I accepted I couldn't. Here's the line that changed everything for me: the moment you attach your action to an outcome, you seek control and certainty. These do not exist. They are just an illusion. Pure action, the kind that moves you forward without the death grip on results, that's where the magic is. And one more thing: when you stop trying to control people, they're more free to love you. Love them for who they are, not who you want them to be. If you see yourself in this, the chest pressure, the snappiness, the what if spirals, the facade you're holding up, the change begins now, or at least it can. I learned this later in life. I paid a heavy price: financial disasters, poor relationship decisions, bad attitude, overeating, drinking, the works. Not exactly a model for doing it right. But I'm grateful I learned it early enough to still change my life. You don't flip a switch and suddenly you're zen. You start small. You pick one thing you can let go of, something that won't crash your world but will show you it's possible, and get going. And if you're not ready to address it, nothing will happen. But if you are, start small and expand from there. This won't land for everyone, especially people locked in deep control mode, and that's okay. If this touches one person out of 8 billion, it was worth the effort. Control is stressful. Letting go is relief, even over a teal glass.